forever. God. How many of y'all want to see God face to face? Right? This little T just let y'all know. We just sitting down. Thought about how many more y'all see my God face to face. Right? Hit that. We say,
forever God, I wanna be forever God.
What?
I wanna be just like you. I wanna be just like you. Forever God, I wanna be forever God.
What?
I wanna be just like you. I wanna be just like
I
you.
was 5 years old, praying for my mama's soul. She was in the hospital on a sick bed. I'm asking God to save my mama. I promised him I would work for honor. She was praying for her life. She was praying for stress. Praying to God for the rest. Allowing me to know how to be my best. I was so young to be a mom. My daddy somewhere else with another girl. Could be me with the rest of this world. But today he's a man. He just ain't on the right path of God. Plus he's showing me how to be a man like him. He's showing me the games and tricks like him. You gotta break it off by stem by stem. I'm praying for my daddy. I'm praying for this world. But guess what? I'ma take my Lord.
Forever God, I wanna be forever God. I wanna be just like you. I wanna be just like you. Forever God, I wanna be forever God. I wanna be just like you. I wanna be just
I
like
was with
you.
my cousin and them. They treated me wrong, but now I know when they will make me strong. Home alone, even passing days. Christmas days. I miss my birthday, my Christmas, even the New Year's. But I pray every night, every day for my mama in the bed, 'cause I know she gonna be alright. Yeah, you say.
I say everything will be okay. God's gonna choose if you believe. Just trust Him. Oh, forever God, I wanna be forever God. I wanna be just like you. I wanna be just like you. Forever God, I wanna be forever God. I wanna be just like you. I wanna be just like you.
My mama came out the hospital, took care of me. My daddy always gone, so he wasn't even there to see me and my mama. I'm a survivor, grew up as a young boy without no father. My mama, he asked my mama to forgive him all his sins and all that drama. My mama took him back with no problem. My mama, yes, she always solve them. A gift, that's a gift from God. A gift, that's a gift from my Lord. That's how I know my God is an awesome God. That's how I know my Lord is an awesome Lord.
Forever God, I wanna be forever God. I wanna be just like you. I wanna be just like you. Forever God, I wanna be forever God. I wanna be just like you. I wanna be just like
You
you.
see, if you out there and you ain't got your daddy, feel me? And you and your mama don't know what to do, y'all going through same struggles, y'all don't know how to get back up on your feet and still walk forward, just bow down and give your life to Christ. How many of y'all want to see my God face to face? 1, 2, 3. Let me see y'all stand up and lean back and forth. We're gonna say, face to face, face to face, face to face, face to face. We say face to face, face to face, face to face. I want to see him face to face.
Oh, this is verse 2. I'm telling you the Lord will come through for you. And me and little T on this track singing, letting you know that forever God, we wanna be forever.
listening to the best gospel station in Thomasville, North Carolina, 103.1 FM, WEOM.
Thomasville, North Carolina. Entertainment talk radio at its best with Kaye Dee and Motormouth on 103.1 WEOM FM.
Welcome back to Kaye Dee and
Motormouth.
we appreciate you guys for tuning in and listening. We're following up with Rodney King. Motormouth, you remember who Rodney King was? I don't know.
He's the one who the Los Angeles or L.A. riots started behind.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while. I can't remember when all this occurred. I think it was in 1991.
Yeah, it occurred after they acquitted the police officer for beating him up.
But Rodney King was the man who was at the center of the infamous L.A. riots. He was found dead, in Rialto, California at the age of 47 years old. That was kind of deep and a little sad. That man's gone through a lot of stuff. He really has gone through a lot.
Well, with a beat down like that, you don't know how he was affected mentally,
Yeah.
Because there could have been some permanent damage, caused through that.
Yeah, but in 1991, he was the victim of police brutality, for anybody who doesn't recall, and it all occurred at the hands of the L.A. Police Department. And as a result, a year later, the officers that were involved, because he did get a beat down, they brutally beat that man. It was ridiculous.
Yes, they did.
But anyway, he was involved in the incident in 1991, and the riots occurred as a result of the officers involved in the beating being set free, pretty much. Everybody went crazy and everything broke out. But it was really sad that he died, and he actually died. He drowned in the bottom of his pool in the backyard.
Yes, ma'am.
Yep, his fiancée, a lady by the name of Cynthia Kelly. Well, she's telling the media now that, oh my goodness, that he was drinking heavily and smoking marijuana right on up to the time he died. That's really sad. I guess he had an addiction problem.
Yeah, well, he's been having that for quite a few
True.
years because,
Yeah.
they have reported off and on about him.
Yeah, it's kind of sad.
Whenever, he was back in the news about anything, it was always seemed like something.
Alcohol related.
Right.
Yeah, it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but anyway, our condolences to Rodney King and his family. But moving on to something positive.
Yeah.
I like talent. I love talent. I don't know why. I do know. I like music. And I like entertainers and I like talent. So there is a young lady. She's originally from South Carolina. Her name is Ne'ShaTheVoice. Now, I like Ne'Sha because I went and checked out her music online. And I listened to maybe, about 45 videos she has up there. Old ones, new ones, and everything in between.
Right.
And I think she's good. She's got what I call raw talent. She's good. But anyway, Miss Ne'Sha, her last name is Pegues, she's been nominated again because she's been nominated several times before.
Right.
She's a 5-time award winner for her musical accomplishments as an artist in the South Carolina Music Awards, in the South Carolina Underground, and the GC magazine. So I'm not the only one that thinks she's talented.
Okay.
But anyway, she's been singing and into music since the age of 6. She's gone through a lot of things. At the age of 12, she hooked up with a manager, got with a group called Rain. It fell apart. Anyway, long story short, she came back. She got into a car accident. It was almost fatal. She's been through quite a bit to be a young lady. Anyway, she came back from this near-fatal accident and began working again on music with a former label of an R&B singer, Aaliyah. Remember Aaliyah?
Right.
Anyway, this guy, Vincent Herbert, she's working with him, moved on. Long story short, right now she's fully rehabilitated, and she's back into the music world. So she's been nominated again for the 2012 South Carolina Musical Awards for Best R&B Single and for Best Single.
So where is she actually from?
She's actually from a small town called Bennettsville, South Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Yes. But Miss Isha is focused more on where she's from, but also where she's going. And I think she's got it. That's just my opinion. She's good.
Well, we will find out in the near future.
Yeah. So if anybody wants to vote for Miss Ne'Sha Pegues, Google her online and go vote. She's at the South Carolina Music Awards 2012. I guess you have to Google South Carolina Music Awards and place your vote.
Okay.
But I'm going to vote for her because I think she's good.
Yeah, get everybody out there, especially from her hometown and everybody around South Carolina, North Carolina.
She's good. She's good.
Get a chance to take a look at her.
Yeah, they probably
and put your opinion to it.
Yeah, I think she's good. But anyway, moving on to other things. Now, we're back to this bullying thing. Bullying, I don't know why it seems to be such a big thing in the media lately, but it is. It really is. Have you heard about this lady in North Carolina with these little guys in middle school tormented
New
this
York?
lady. I mean, excuse me.
Yeah.
I got North
Okay,
Carolina on the mind
alright.
today.
Yeah.
Thank you. She's in New York. But this struck me as interesting because it just kind of goes to show what's going on with our society in general. There's no way. It goes back to discipline your children also.
Well, I agree with that. They didn't have no right of doing what they did. But,
This was cruel.
I mean, I look at it several ways. I mean, I hold her as much at fault as I do those kids, really
You
when
do?
it comes down to bullying. Yeah, because she allowed that to go on and didn't report it to nobody. And now, if that child had not put it on YouTube, we would not known about it. And she would, been living that the rest of her. I mean, she's gonna live it anyway the rest of her life. But I mean, we would never been aware of the incident. That's what I'm saying. And so therefore, she, I mean, as an adult, we tell children anytime you be bullied, go and tell an adult.
But a lot of children don't even do that.
Right.
Though.
But I mean, but when you have an adult that being bullied by children and don't tell no one, I mean, how can we show them, or you follow what I'm saying? How can we show them what to do? I mean, and she was a grandmother on top of that.
I get what you're saying, Motormouth, but let me ask you one honest question.
Yeah.
Have you never been in a bizarre situation where you, for whatever reason, because everybody's got something,
Well,
let me finish
Go
the
ahead.
question, please, did not go back and report? I think everybody has, if we're honest.
But again, we're talking about bullying, okay? We're not talking about other incidents or anything.
But you're
And
saying that it was
bullying
her
is
fault because she didn't report it.
You're right. She need to be held responsible for that too. I mean, really, she should, because anybody going to show leadership and guidance, it have to be adults, and we don't even know how many other children been on that bus got bullied by these same kids and everything else. I mean, I'm quite sure it wasn't these kids' children first time.
Probably not.
Right. And so we don't know none of them. We're going to stop bullying. We all got to get into it. Like they said, take a community to raise a child.
Well,
or
see,
a village.
we're Motormouth.
Yeah.
Okay, you're going way beyond the rim of where I was going. I'm just
Okay.
simply looking at the fact that this lady who's supposed to be the bus monitor, you're right, she's supposed to be on that
Thank
bus.
you.
Can I finish what I'm trying to say?
I'm just talking.
Can you come out the amen corner for 1 minute, please?
I'm just going with you. You said monitor, okay?
She's supposed to be a bus monitor.
Okay.
And I still say everybody has something. I'm not saying whether it's right or wrong. That's not even what I'm addressing. All I'm trying to say is this lady is somebody's grandmother.
Thank you.
She's 68-year-old lady. She's a bus monitor in New York State.
Mm-hmm.
These kids are in the 7th grade, old enough to know better. Okay. And anyway, long story short, she's been bullied to the point they taunted and teased this lady to the point she cried.
I saw the video.
Let me finish.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't look at the video. I just saw the
Yeah.
story. And I just thought it was kind of
Uh-huh.
wrong. Okay. By the time you're in 7th grade, you should know better. Whether she should have told her or not, these are 7th grade kids. They knew better than that. But do you know what they were really bullying her about?
What were they bullying
That,
about?
to me, might be why she didn't go and report it.
Mhm.
I'm just speculating and guessing because I don't know. This lady had a son. I cannot remember the age of her child. I think he was like maybe 10 or so. That actually killed herself and committed suicide the year before. And that's really what they were teasing her about. And like I said, as a result of that, I've never lost a child, thank God. But you don't know what state of mind this lady's in. I just thought it was extremely cruel for them to bully her about
I agree
something
with you.
so
Bully her,
sensitive.
period.
Exactly,
right.
period. But especially something so
Yeah, but
ultra sensitive.
I mean, even at how ultra sensitive everything else is, I think that she should notify authority with her being the monitor of on that bus and protecting folks, be looking out for the benefit of those children. I just feel like she fell short of doing her duty of what she was hired for, even though she was the victim.
Oh,
And
she was.
and I can't even say that the child who posted the video did the right thing, but
Well, they probably just wanted something done
right,
to stop.
Right,
to
but I
stop
mean,
it.
but we don't know if they did it as a prank, to show them what they're going on.
Yeah, we
'cause
really don't know
we don't
why they
know-
did it.
Right, we don't. I mean, talking about that video being shot.
Yeah, that's what I'm
right.
talking about.
Okay, yeah, so I just find it out, kind of crazy. But I
Yeah.
tell you one thing though, out
What's
of
that?
it, as of today, she got over $450,000
Yeah,
that have been given to her
yeah.
for take a vacation.
And I like that. And, I'm not the only one that felt these kids were wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to assess blame
But
regardless
the
of why
kids
she
is totally wrong.
regardless of why she did or did not report it.
Yeah, and even
It
the
happened.
parents,
They were wrong.
Yeah, even
bottom
the parents,
line.
have
And like I
come
say,
out.
you don't know what mental state of mind. I mean, something that sensitive. I guess it would be easy for me to sit here and say, well, she should have done. But this lady's not. She's still grieving the death of her child, her 10-year-old child.
Yeah.
And these kids knew it. Matter of fact, they probably knew the child. I'm sure they did. I just thought it was ultra cruel, and so did all these other people. That's why she received $443,057 of her child.
So it was her child and not one of her grandchildren.
I don't recall whether it was her child or her grandchild. All I
Okay.
remember is one of her family members, her child or grandchild, 10 years old, committed suicide and killed themselves a year before. And who knows, that child might have been bullied.
Yeah, I don't know.
And, maybe if she had been bullied about something else, she might have come from a different standpoint. But something that deep and serious, I've never lost a child. I can imagine, not judging that lady for why she didn't go run and tell it. I don't know.
Well, I just look at it, not even say why she didn't go and run and tell it, but that was her job, to tell and report that.
Her job as a bus monitor is to keep peace on that bus.
Right, and the peace wasn't on the bus.
Amongst those children.
Right.
Make sure they don't fight, kill each other. Let's keep it real. That's what a bus monitor does.
We don't know what's going on, and it'd be nice to really find. Really, I don't care, but what the bus driver have to say about it.
Yeah.
Because you got
That's
two
a good
adults.
question. What was the bus driver doing all this was going on?
You got two adults sitting on this bus.
Mm-hmm.
And it seemed like something should have been going on.
Well, it was.
Something
Right, was going on.
But some adult
just wasn't the right thing.
Yeah, adult supervision should have been somewhere. And I'm just saying to the point where if you got a monitor on the bus, there must be something going down anyway.
I'm going to give you an example of what these kids were saying to this lady.
We didn't have to have no monitors on them.
This is what these kids were telling this lady, okay? Okay. You don't have a family because they all kill themselves because they don't want to be near you. Okay, this is what we're trying to find out. This lady, her name is Karen Klein. Her oldest son killed himself. It was 10 years ago. I stand corrected. And they knew about it, and they were teasing her about it. Mm-hmm. I just think it's ultra cruel. Now, in a normal situation, this lady might have, taken a different stance. But I'm just assuming based on some of the things that I'm looking at that they said to her, oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
They were cussing at her, throwing this is beyond cruel. It's straight up bullying.
That's the reason why I said it should have been reported.
They got her from an emotional point of view that I would hope to God nobody would ever approach me from as far as trying to bully her. They were trying to break this lady down, and they did a good job of it. Mm-hmm. But even with all this going on, she doesn't, people trying to get them to do something to the kids, as far as the legal aspects of what could occur, she doesn't want them to be brought to criminal charges.
Right.
But you know what? She could take off $443,057. That's coming at her from a website called IndigoGoGo.com.
and they're going to continue to come in.
Take this bus and shove it.
And don't have to get on it
Godspeed,
again.
and I wish her the best because nobody should have to put up with that.
Yeah.
And call it a day.
But bottom line, too, as my favorite saying, my heart go out to her. And
I do, too. That's awful.
And all of that. But, I just think, maybe with certain things going on that she had reported earlier, we don't know.
We don't really know
how
when it occurred, how many times. We don't have a clue. I don't.
But I'm just saying it's something that should have been reported and everything because those kids needed to have been, they need to be disciplined.
Now,
that's
I'm thinking,
the bottom line.
just speculating because I don't have all the details. If I was driving the bus, there's no way I would let them kids torture my bus monitor. I get what you're saying.
Right.
Somebody should have said something.
Yeah.
But anyway, they initially set up that fund because the goal was to get her enough money together just so she could take a vacation. They were just trying to raise $500 so she can get a mental break from all that craziness that's going on in her life. Mm-hmm. And look at what happened. It's a good thing for her in the end.
But look at it.
And if she needs some psychological counseling, because I would think I would if this happened to me.
Yeah, but
I don't mean the bullying incident. I mean what happened with her family. She can do that now too. Yeah, so it's all good.
The bottom line to it and everything, don't nobody want their mother, their grandmother,
of course,
to be bullied like that. And so I can understand everybody giving something to her, and everything for the healing process and everything else because
vacation, healing,
right,
whatever.
Because she's 68 years old.
And still trying to make some money and got to deal with this drama on a school bus.
And everybody probably figured like this here, things is not all the way she probably wanted it to be. Or,
probably not.
Or she was just looking for something to do other than just sitting around at the house.
Probably so.
And they say, hey, let's put her on a vacation. And now she can be on a vacation.
Yep.
And who know how long it could be.
Well, I might have to call and see if I can go. That'd be a good vacation.
Be her videographer. Hey.
Let me stop being silly.
But
that was wrong.
But I'm glad it was brought out to
Me too.
to the
regardless of why she didn't tell it. Things happen to people in life all the time, and everybody didn't tell it. It just a lot of people are victimized. They don't tell it.
But
for whatever reason.
But like. Unlike me, there's a lot of grandparents that's very lenient, towards the newer generation.
Exactly.
But my grandparents didn't play that stuff.
My grandma wouldn't play that. I told my grandma to put a switch on me.
Yeah.
Anyway, maybe she should have called Creflo for advice about what to do on that school bus. Let me behave myself.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on to something different, Motor. There's so much going on. It's kind of hard to focus on. It's just a lot going on. How about we follow up on George Zimmerman? Because remember we initially started out a couple months ago. We got deep with Zimmerman. Mm-hmm. His update is getting kind of interesting, too.
All
very,
the way
very
around
interesting.
the board.
Oh, yeah. They arrested his wife. I think her name is Sheila Zimmerman.
Exactly.
They arrested her like maybe 2 weeks ago.
They got her of perjury.
Yeah. For lying about that money in that PayPal account, which was straight up stupid because anybody with a PayPal account, it is so easy to find out. Plus, let's back up. George Zimmerman himself set up the PayPal account. It was public knowledge months ago.
Yeah.
Well, so why would you even come to court and lie about something that was already public knowledge?
Well,
it's just crazy to me.
I just found out, or I think, not about found out, but, I just think it was, like you say, it was just crazy.
Very crazy. Ludicrous.
Because, they were, when you're in jail, they record everything that go in and out of the jail on the phone.
Exactly. They had to record it. Duh.
Yeah. But, in a way, I'm not trying to say anything.
It's kind of interesting to me.
But it just, to me, I look at everything that they're trying to do about Martin image and everything.
Yeah.
I think this just put a whole stain on Zimmerman image because you can't trust nothing that they're doing or saying. I mean, even down to his wife, we already questioned everything else going on about his story, retelling the story about what happened and everything. And it just seemed kind of odd to me how the media just jump on the certain things that he's saying about the attack and everything. But, why can't they just focus on the idea the man got out of the car?
You know what I'm wondering about also, Motor? Because, we were talking about Sheila Zimmerman being arrested, but you referenced it now, the video that was released, yesterday I think it was?
Oh, yeah.
Now, you know what I'm wondering? Okay, let's keep it real. There is no way, based on when this video was supposedly recorded, that they did not have this video when all this stuff was growing and ruffling up down in Sanford, Florida. Remember the new Black Panthers came down, Al shot it off. If this video was really recorded when they say it was recorded, why didn't they release it early on? Because remember, it all started because they were trying to say that George Zimmerman was lying about the bruise and the bashing on the back of the head. I'm like, okay. And his broken nose and his black eye. Now, here it is, it's been 2 months? Time goes so fast I can't keep up anymore. Well, let's say approximately 2 months later, all of a sudden they miraculously release a new video pointing out the fact that he has the bandages on the back of his head and he appears to have a black eye. My question is, why didn't they release this early on when all this stuff was escalating down in Florida? That could have eliminated a bunch of drama. You know what I mean? First of all.
Well,
Second of all, it's like they trying to line up his defense. But I'm with you, Motormouth. I ain't buying it.
Well, I mean, it's just like this here. The night of the incident.
Not that I'm not buying it. I ain't buying it.
On the night of the incident, the medical examiners or whoever emergency squad that came out there didn't say anything like that.
Sure didn't.
When he got out, if he had those bandage and all that stuff and everything, then that would have been shown when he went to the to the police station.
Maybe
You-
we're
you
supposed
know.
to believe that the bandages between when he went to do the reenactment with the policeman on that day just miraculously fell off. I mean, I don't know. It's
with all
something.
that, with all
something
that
doesn't
bandage
add
on
up.
his head, it should still been bleeding in the police.
I would think so. I'm like, you
You know,
know,
there should have been some blood in the police car.
I'm
on
not
his clothes
CSI,
or
nothing, but something
anything.
is not adding up to me. That's all
He
I'm
ain't
saying.
have a bandage
Not a
on
one.
his head.
Not a one.
You know what I'm saying? So it don't make sense for him to have all these bandages in his head now when they doing this video again in the broad daylight.
And then with a
You
black
know.
eye, my God, you would
Yeah.
think by the time, because the footage was straight up in front.
Well, you know,
I didn't see anything where he appeared to have a black eye
But you
and a
know,
broken nose.
But the way I see it,
Excuse me.
and I could be wrong. I don't know if
I
I'm
could
right
be
or
wrong
wrong.
too.
either.
I'm just saying.
But I think they just allowing this boy to go ahead and hang himself, you know, because so too much is fabricated.
Something's not adding up.
The police chief have now been fired.
Yep, they fired
he was
him
trying to
yeah.
resign a long time
They
ago.
fired him yesterday,
and they
I
wouldn't
think
let
it was.
him resign, you
Yep.
know, or quit his job.
True.
Okay, so but now they don't let him drop it.
Yep.
And then at the same time, this video come out.
Yep, on the same day, in
right.
that interesting time, and
then,
also
then a week earlier, his wife get picked up.
Yep.
You know, put in
for perjury,
right?
for
you know.
lying about the
So,
money in the PayPal account.
So you know, they might have an internal investigation going on where they bringing out everything so that when they come back down to it, they can go ahead and deal with the man. But you know, I think they should probably left him on first-degree murder, and then not give him to me the second degree and all that stuff, kind of like a plea bargain.
Seemed like first degree
you
me
know.
to me also,
You know.
because I'm with you, Mouth.
And-
To me, when he got out of that car,
I can already say that.
and then see, but people that are donating, because he's still receiving money, people still donating for George Zimmerman's defense in that PayPal account. They're still donating daily. Okay, cool. You know, this is America. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. I'm not trying to make it a racial thing at all, but I still say when he called the non-emergency 911 or 411, whatever you call when it's not an emergency number, and they told him, we got it. Don't follow him. Okay. When he opened that car door or whatever he was driving and got out, everything changed the way that I see it. And then when he opened that car door and got out and decided to take a gun with him, to me, everything changed.
Yeah. Well,
So,
you know,
I
there's
just can't
really
see
no
it beyond
defense
that.
I see. You know,
Yeah.
they could do a defense fund all they want to all night and day.
Yeah.
But, you know, just like you said, from that point of view.
Yeah.
Then even like this morning or last night on television, I don't know if it was the head prosecutor or something said, hey, it don't make a difference. The man got out of the car.
He got out of the car.
Okay, the man, the governor, Jeb Bush, who
Jeb Bush said something
yeah,
positive.
okay,
What?
he's the
out.
one who implemented the stand your ground law, and he said that. And then it's funny, I don't hear a lot of people talking about what he said, and he's the one who made it law.
The stand your ground law?
Right, that the man got out of the car, and he
Yeah.
don't see how in the world they could say self-defense or anything,
I
that
don't
he was
either.
standing his own ground.
I really
If
don't
he
either.
actually got out of that car, that eliminated that law for his protection.
Exactly.
You
That's
know.
how I see it.
Right.
The only way that I could see something, stand your ground may be different in Florida than it is in Texas. Because, like I say, when I lived in Texas, when I first got there, everybody was like, stand your ground. I'm like, huh?
But no,
But what's different over there, okay, you have to be on your property in Texas.
But it's still the same. You know,
Let me
that's
finish,
what
let me
what's
finish.
stopping from being that way.
That's
He
why I
wasn't
don't
on
get
his
what he
property.
even trying to say to stand your ground, because first of all, he was on George Zimmerman. George Zimmerman was on Trayvon Martin's family property, from what I recall. Wasn't he? Like they say, he was several feet away from home.
Yeah, even if he wasn't on his property, he wasn't on Zimmerman's
Yes,
property.
he wasn't
Right.
on Zimmerman's property.
For the stand your
Yeah,
ground
so
law
I don't
to
get what he trying to
oppose.
bring all that into play by stand your ground. I'm like, maybe in Florida they interpret it totally different. It's crazy to me.
Well, you know, maybe it's because of other factors, you know, that's
Other
sitting there.
factors.
Right, you know, like his father, the family.
Yeah, his father
you know,
being
this,
a
that,
retired
right,
judge
right, you
and-
know, and
yeah.
every other thing, and try to fabricate a case.
Yeah, because I'm
know.
not buying it.
You know, and I don't think, you know, anybody buying it. And it seemed like to me everybody is trying to take it to a whole nother focus.
Yeah, they're trying to
to
make it a
another
racial
point.
issue,
Well,
and to
I
me,
don't
it's
even-
really not.
I don't even know if they're trying to make a racial issue.
Some people
You know.
online are.
But let's not even pay attention to them. I think we got a better focus point by saying the boy father and different things like that, and how the case is being fabricated for these charges not to be against his son, and that the point that the man got out of the car, everybody is overplaying, because that is not a racial thing there.
Well, see, what it is.
It was somebody not following the law.
But what it is, it's just somebody that's trying to use power to adhere to law that they didn't really have the power initially. He didn't have the power to do what he did.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what it is.
Right.
He didn't. So to me, when he decided to try to take some power that he didn't rightfully own in his own hand, I mean, really. And you're going to stalk somebody, whether he got out and said, hey, man, what you doing here? Regardless, you got out your vehicle when they told you not to. Exactly. You were not on your own property, talking about staying your ground. Whose ground? You were self-appointed. And then you got out. Even if you was going to be bold enough to get out in the rain and come and ask somebody something, then you didn't have to get out with a weapon. So you got out with a weapon. And now he's elaborating on how he had me on the ground, beat my head on the concrete. You lucky that's all he did to you.
Yeah, but all of
that doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, but the bottom line to everything, once he got out of that vehicle,
everything
he
changed.
Became the aggressor.
Yep.
Regardless of how this young man tried to defend himself or whatever happened after that, it don't make a difference.
And
he became the aggressor,
regardless
of the whole issue.
Exactly.
Right.
And then to me, no matter what they try to do, because I wouldn't care if Trayvon Martin was on the FBI wanted list. It don't change anything. But they're trying to say, well, he had traces of marijuana in his system and all this other kind of stuff. Like, they can
have everything in the system.
They can do whatever they want to do to his reputation. It still does not change the basic facts. That he was not doing anything. He wasn't on Zimmerman's property. Well, we've saying the same thing just over and over again.
Yeah.
It's just getting a little interesting. That's all I'm saying.
I just like to point out, I think everybody needs to look at who was really the aggressor in this issue.
Yeah.
And by him taking the law into his own hand and doing what he did, killing the young man, he needed to pay the consequences.
Exactly.
And it's not about stand your own ground, because there was his own ground to stand when he became the aggressor.
I agree.
I'm with Jeb Bush 100%.
I can't believe I'm with Jeb Bush for anything for the first time in my life. But if he said that, then I'm with Jeb Bush, which is not the norm.
And you got to really Google that and everything, and to find that his opinion on the Martin case, because somebody asked him about it, because he's the one who implemented the law.
Is he still the governor of Florida? I know he used to be. Okay.
Right. He's back in Texas now.
Oh, yeah.
If I'm correct. Yeah, they all probably back at the ranch.
Oh, boy. Giddy up.
They all.
Okay.
But it's going to be interesting to see how this is going to play out, because already he was supposed to be coming up, for trial, and I think his lawyer pushed it back or something like that.
They're trying to delay it as long as they can.
Because really, they know they don't have a case.
But they're trying to build one. It's getting interesting, though, on the platform that they're trying to build it on. It's getting interesting.
If they could build a platform on that, then there's something, as they say, rotten in Denmark.
Oh, yeah.
Because the first and the initial issue or incident should be addressed, and that was him getting out of the car. And everything else happened. That should be the number one charge right there.
And getting out of the car with a weapon.
Young man.
Look, and getting out of the car with a loaded weapon.
So that means you automatically was looking for something.
Yeah, I think so.
Because if you were just being courtesy just to stop and say, hey, who are you and where are you?
You don't have to get out.
Have a weapon.
Yeah. You don't have to have a weapon for that. You really don't.
Mm-hmm.
And really and truly, let's keep it real. He said that he kind of followed him a little while. If he was really that curious about who he was, he could have rolled the window down.
Yeah.
Hey, man, who are you? Just, new to the neighborhood, just in general.
Yeah.
So, there are other things that could have been done.
Yeah, but, but as we look at it and talk about it, now you said you don't follow him. You know, that really lets you be the aggressor. I mean, what made you at what
I
point?
said there are other things that could have been done where it would not have been so confrontational and nobody would be dead.
So when you follow him, I mean, why didn't you just let him follow him a little bit more? You gave him 2 more minutes. He'd have been at home.
Yeah, let the window. Hey, man, you new. Welcome to the neighborhood. Hadn't seen you around. There's a way, you see new people that move in neighborhoods and people are curious. That's normal.
At it, but when you look back at it and listen to this man's alibi.
That's a neighborhood greeting I don't need. Don't greet me.
Listen to his alibi. His alibi don't stand up to me at all. And what he's trying to bring down the most is the confrontation. And I want to say the A word, he should got his butt whooped. But, but yeah, I don't care. The boy annihilated him, Well,
that's why I say
he was the aggressor and he got his butt kicked.
That's why I say reality is he's lucky that all he got was somebody beating his head on the concrete. You kind of asked for it. Where did I see?
Yeah.
You kind of asked for it.
It's going to be interesting to see how the media really play this out.
Very much so.
And, so in the coming days, we'll see what other crazy stuff he's coming up with. Because what I really like to know, and they haven't really projected it or, said anything, I want to know, did he contradict himself from the original, from the original take to the second take that, they just released?
Yeah.
Because they were supposed to make a comparison. I haven't really heard of the quotes of the two,
The only comparisons that I'm aware of that they've been kind of focusing on so far is the fact that he has bandages visible on the back of his head. And that's it.
Well, they should take that comparison to that and the comparison when he was brought in the police station.
With nothing on the back of his head.
They show this boy head and everything. They show his face. And all of that.
But you would think that it would have at least been traces of blood, whether it was dried up or, something. With these big bandages that's popped up there now, by the time they really brought him into the station, you would think that somebody, because even on the video they released yesterday, he's elaborating, going, he kept bamming my head, boom, he's just doing all this. I'm thinking, now, come on. If he did all of that bamming of your head on a concrete sidewalk, and then you have a shaved head, I'm just really surprised that on that video that was released when all this started, that there was no blood or nothing on the back of that man's head now. It just should have been a stitch or something up there.
I believe
forget a Band-Aid. It should have been wrapped with some gauze, like mummified. I mean, I don't know. Something's not adding up. Something's not adding up.
That's all I can say. This is a fabrication story if I ever saw one.
Something's not adding up for me.
Or seen one.
Should have been signs of swelling or something. Wouldn't you think so?
Well, the bottom line is like this here. If you did not have your head all bandaged up when you walked into the police station, why in the heck do you got it bandaged up now? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you went out the next day and got your butt whooped, pounded against the head, and had somebody punch you in the face and everything else. Now, if I was facing a death penalty or death or a killing charge or a murder charge, unlawfully doing something, and I want to try to get myself freedom, well, I might go through the same thing.
Oh, my goodness.
Because, but again, I would think about it, say, before I put myself through the torture, say, well, hey, when I walked in that police station, I didn't have no marks on me. My head wasn't bandaged or anything like that. Now, how I'm going to say all this blood just came out and I had to get all patched up?
He might not even be thinking. I don't know. Who knows what he's thinking? Maybe he just grasping at straws and just pulling stuff out of the air, anything. Because like you said, he is looking at a second-degree murder charge.
I think that medication or drugs that they giving that boy done took his mind.
And you know what? Not trying to elaborate on that or anything, but why would somebody be, I don't want to think that. Okay, based on the medication that they claim George Zimmerman was on, they claim he's taking antidepressant.
For how long?
Hey, let me finish. I'm just saying ADD medication and all this other stuff. Why in the world do you need somebody with ADD and on antidepressants and all this other? Why is he walking around with a gun trying to be a self-appointed something anyway?
Well, but that's exactly
we need somebody that's ready to go off on somebody.
Think about what you just said.
To try to be self-appointed neighborhood watch. What?
Okay. He was self-appointed.
That's the best the neighborhood could come up with. I'm not saying that you can't function on medication, but
wait, hold on.
I would just think that there would be other options available.
Wait, no, hold on, Kaye Dee now.
I'm just saying.
Wait,
I don't know.
Listen to something.
Because I don't really know what he was taking. I don't know.
Well,
I'm just speculating.
all I'm going to say is like this here. I'm listening to your terms and your words.
I'm trying
and
to
you
be.
said a key word there.
I'm trying to be
or-
politically
or
correct
as you
here.
said, you said a key phrase
What's
there. And self-appointed
Well,
neighborhood
he was
watch.
self-appointed.
Okay.
Exactly.
So that means the neighborhood never elected him. Never elected him.
He didn't care whether they elected him or
Or
not.
not.
He was gonna monitor this neighborhood.
So automatically, it tell you that something is wrong with the boy or the man. You know, I'm gonna call him boy.
He's a
but
man.
somebody- yeah, something is wrong with the
Or
man.
maybe in his word he thought it was John Wayne, Clint Eastwood. I don't know. The Matrix. I don't know. I don't
Rambo
know
or
what was going on.
somebody.
Rambo. I don't know.
But the
Motormouth.
man has some issues. You know.
It appears
So-
that he did.
Okay, so now, I mean, there is just so many incidents right here on this man. You know that I mean, you got arguments all kinds of ways.
It's getting more interesting every
Now,
time they bring something out.
If
all I
he's
can say.
self-appointed, that
Self-appointed.
means he is inside his own world.
And what's in his
Yeah,
world, you
right.
know,
That's
he
the
was
reason why I
probably
said-
cool with it in his own world.
As I say, shit, you don't know what those drugs did to that boy. He done came out and made himself self-appointed.
But he sure sounded like he was on point with his way of thinking. When you listen to another video that came out, it was on the phone conversation that occurred between him and his wife.
Yeah.
I think it occurred maybe, I don't know exactly when, but this was before they arrested her last week.
Yeah, it was about the.
Did you hear that?
yeah,
The
they had
phone
it coded.
conversation where he was he got
Yeah,
sense enough to know to
coded all
code some stuff. He had some good codes. He's saying 10, 10, 10. In other words, they trying to figure out how to disperse the money that was in that PayPal account.
Oh yeah, exactly.
And you know, move it around so it wouldn't just be sitting there.
But you know, but not only that though, you know, you can go back to, you know, with some of his co-workers and different people like that said, you know, he had you know, his attitude and his demeanor, you know, the way it was set up. So the boy, you know, got a history of violence, you know, being abusive
He's got a
toward
history
people.
of something there.
Right, you know, so it's there. But as I say, they need to look at the ideal. I mean, I guess they can't look at the ideal because the police department
Right.
fell in so many areas. I mean, because if the murder charge, the killing going on, they didn't do no blood work. They didn't do anything. Check to see if he was high on medication, drugs,
And that's interesting to me.
alcohol. I mean, there's just so many.
I don't recall the
things.
report of all of them doing an analysis of blood, you know,
No.
blood work
They were
analysis
trying
on
to
George
say-
Zimmerman
right.
on that night when they
Yeah.
brought him in.
Even if they didn't take it
Kinda
off
strange.
the ground and said the water was all, I mean, the rain washed everything.
Yeah, they
away
said
and
the
all
rain
that.
washed it
But
away.
it don't wash away what's on the inside of
Yeah,
that
they
man.
could have done a blood analysis.
Yeah, you
because
know,
we talking
so-
about somebody that's dead, a murder charge.
Right.
You would have thought that they would have done some kind of analysis, blood work. That's a good question. Why didn't they?
Yeah, you know, I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. You know, I mean, I got, you know, as I say, my whole thoughts about the whole thing, and I, you know, haven't really been, you know, voicing my opinion about anything because there's just too much stupid stuff that's going on with this here. The lack of, you know, when you
Yeah.
go down and review what really go down on the murder charge,
Yeah.
or when someone is killed, you know.
Yeah. There's some other theories out
know.
there about Trayvon Martin, and I'm not even gonna
Yeah, but
go
you-
there.
but you know, but
there's some
the-
other interesting theories about why
But you know,
why
I mean,
Trayvon
even-
Martin was really killed and all this stuff.
Yeah,
But
but
there's
you-
always speculation
Yeah,
about
no, but
anything that happens
regardless
though,
of
in the headline.
right? But regardless of speculation or anything, we know that there was two parties involved. You know,
Exactly.
that really went down, and those two parties, one is not here to speak up on.
And the other one is
Right, and the other one. So all the other theories or beliefs or whatever
that's
don't
why I
have
said I'm
nothing
not,
to
that's
do.
why I said I'm not going there. It
Right,
doesn't really
you know,
matter.
had nothing to do with, as far as I'm concerned, of what Zimmerman did.
But it's
Yeah.
interesting to me, just every time something new comes out, just to see what they come up with, because it's never a dull moment.
Mm-hmm.
But if they're gonna come up with theories, they need to at least make it consistent, make it believable,
Right, but
logical.
You know, but I
But then
think-
again, maybe it is believable to most people. Maybe I'm bizarre or something. I don't know. It's just
Well,
not adding up to me.
I just look at it this way here. As far as what's going on in the media and all that stuff, and what people writing, talking, blogging, and all this other stuff, it don't have a single solitary thing to do with the investigation is going on with. You know, so people could talk or do whatever. But when these people finish doing their investigation, it's going to be interesting.
And you know what, Motor Mouth? We're sitting here saying that they did not do blood work on George Zimmerman at all. For all we know, they might have actually done it. We don't know.
No, they didn't do it. They didn't do it.
But you know why I'm saying that?
Right.
I wasn't aware of the fact that there was actually a reenactment with the police department. I mean, it took them, 2 months to release that? They didn't mention it. I mean,
yeah, but
why they? It's like they're taking their time and they're releasing things when they want to release it. And the timing of it all is just really interesting to me.
But you know, it's about the police work and the blood work and all that. That's one of the reasons why the feds got into it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I recall that.
Yeah, they had stated, you know, where the police department failed at carrying out the duties that should have been, you know.
That should have been done.
Right. So that's
just like clockwork, boom, boom, boom.
Because they were looking for that.
When there's a murder, to me, there should be things done automatically. Like I said, I'm not CSI or anything, but you would think.
And then, you know, just on the fact that when a murder occurred, that they didn't arrest him. You know, I mean,
again,
so
certain things just be automatic.
That's automatic,
boom.
right.
Exactly.
So nothing in this thing.
Nothing
what was the Stanford Police Department was automatic.
Exactly.
Right.
Oh, well, but, you know, we're going to keep updated on George Zimmerman. It's just getting more interesting each time. And, you know, we try to kind of go off of it, and then something else comes back. So we have to keep going back to it because we don't need to drop the ball on this one. It's interesting.
Right. They're not going to let you drop the ball.
Yeah. But anyway, let's take a quick station break, Motor Mouth.
Okay. Now I'll talk to people in the few. I want some water.
WEOM family at 103.1 FM in Thomasville. Thank you for listening. To our Worldwide Web family, thank you. We appreciate you. We hope you've enjoyed the show. If you guys have any comments, feedbacks, or suggestions, you can reach us at radiodnanetwork.com, or you can email us at kdradiofm@gmail.com. Until next time, I'm Kaye Dee.
And I'm Motor Mouth.
We wish you all peace and grace.
Be good.
You're listening to WEOM 103.1 FM.
Thomasville, North Carolina. Entertainment talk radio at its best with Kaye Dee and Motor Mouth on Crucial Conversations on 103.1 WEOM FM. Kaye Dee, I got businesses, organizations, and groups calling us and asking how can they get their message to our Crucial Conversation audience.
Well, Motor Mouth, it's really easy. If you have a service or a product or an event that you would like to share with the Crucial Conversation audience, just email us. We can be located at radio@DNAdigitalmediagroup.com. That's radio, RADIO, at D as in David, N as in Nancy, A as in Apple, digitalmediagroup.com for details. We look forward to hearing from you.